Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we'll be working on issue 91 of the Volkswagen from DeAgostini. And in this issue, we work on the right side windows. Right now I have the doors set in place. I was just kind of seeing what it would look like. I love how this thing is going to come together. And Goofy was hanging out in there. Get this front door shut again. Still not really pleased. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do with it. Maybe it will come together. I'm hoping it will. So let me get the parts out of the bag. And these windows can be a little bit tricky. This will be the, trying to remember, this should be the third window that I do of the this type of the tan ones that open. There's also a window here that does not open. Let me get these parts out. We have several pins, several hinge pieces, and I believe there are some screws. And it's kind of interesting what they did. They ended up sending me 3 packs of the windows. So should I have an issue, I will have a spare. Biggest issue I'm worried about is the possibility of losing pins. So let me go ahead and pause while I get the rest of the parts out, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're going to start with the larger hinge like we have before. And you want to make sure that your tabs both are facing up when you put this together. Here, let me show you what I mean. They're going to both be like that. You can take the long pin. It shouldn't matter whether you push it in. Well, I push it in always from the top, but it could end up on the top or the bottom of the window. I don't remember exactly which way this ends up. But you push it in there, making sure that you make it down inside of all parts to where you got just that little nub sticking out, and should be able to hopefully push that in flush just like that. And just to make sure, okay, yes, this is what it's going to end up looking like, just like this one on the door that's already installed. So the next one is a little bit more complicated. You take this first piece, you put the pin in, and I have had to disassemble these one of these before because I put it together wrong, which can be a pain in the butt. Put the pin in, and I didn't mention it. I mentioned it, I didn't show it. These pins, just like every other pin, have the little striations on it to make it lock in place when you push it in. This one is being a little bit of a pain. There we go. Push it in. It's not going. Didn't go when I pushed it, so let me go ahead and use the pliers to push it down. And you've got that part there. This next part, and I am looking at each spot in the book, each one. It's going to go like this, and I'll point out something once I get get all of them together, because there is a specific order or specific way that these have to face. Come on. I think I was trying to put that pin in backwards. Come on, get in there. There have been some of these have not wanted to go in, and I've had to do some work with them a little bit. There's that one. So now all the rounded parts where the pins go are facing up. On this last piece, the rounded parts will face down instead. So let me get this together. This is actually pretty, I'm pretty impressed with how complicated this hinge is and that there are so many of them. Okay, let me get this in here, hopefully. There we go. These hinges went together surprisingly well, which tells me something is going to go wrong. Hope not, but possibly. So there is the completed hinge. Now that needs to be attached to the window, which this is the window that it attaches to. Set this out of the way. You've got a larger attachment point and a smaller attachment point. The larger one is obviously for the larger hinge, and it will go on there with the hinge towards the outside. It's going to be with 2 BP09 screws. Probably need more than just 2. I believe I'm going to need about 6. So let me put that on there like that. See if I can get the screw to line up. Don't over tighten these. You don't want to snap the plastic for the windows. I mean, you want to tighten them snug, but if you over tighten them, this clear plastic is usually pretty fragile. So tighten this down. Tighten this other one down the rest of the way. I'm watching to make sure it's snug, but not over tight. And so there's the first hinge on there like that. Second hinge attaches over here. The smaller part, all of the curved pieces, rounded pieces of the hinge up. So it's going to go on here just like that. There's one started, the other one started. And if you're wondering, I just have the door sitting there as a reference when I'm building it so that I can look at it and make sure that I think I've got it right. I could still be wrong. Do the same thing I did on the other side and look and make sure that I don't over tighten. Just make it snug. There's one. There's the other. And let's see, these are actually BDO8s, so I can put these 2 back. And I'm going to need 2 of the BDO8s. Let me double check. Yeah, it looks like only 2 at this point. Go ahead and move this window, move this door out of the way, because I now have to turn the van around so that I can actually get to that window. the way it goes is this hinge here is going to come in from the outside just like this and attach right there. Since it is going into metal, I will dip my screws into the oil. Come on. Whole lot easier on the doors because I could get a little bit closer. I laid them on, they were laying flat. Get the other one started. Probably back out the first one because I think it is cross-threaded right now. Which is funny to say it's cross-threaded when there are no threads. You're actually cutting the threads as you do it. Okay, that one's started. Back this one out so I've got it going in there straight. That's better. Get the other screwdriver. Actually, this one's better for this. That one's tight. That one's tight. And then this one will come back around here like that. There's nothing to attach it to at this point, so the hinge is just going to hang there. And you couldn't see a thing I was just doing, so let me go ahead and switch cameras. This one is going to hang here like this, like it is, until I get the parts for the inner wall. So now we're going to take this other window, and only thing it has to attach it is these two little tabs. So you take it over here. I apologize, my big hand is in the way. See, that looks like it's in. Let me double check. I don't think it's directional, but it might be. So let me try it this way because it's neither way does it want to fit. Okay, there we go. Push it in. It's going to pop in place, and the four tabs on the back are going to be what locks it into place. Right here, 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 and here. I believe, double check, that is all there is to do in that stage. Let me go ahead and switch back to the other camera. With that, we've got the windows in here. This one is loose. It's a little bit wobbly right now. Let's see. Let me just see if I can tighten this up just a little bit. It's better if it's tighter so that it doesn't wobble. Now let me see. Still a little bit loose. I'll work on that after the video. But that's all there is to do in this stage. Hope you're enjoying this. Like and subscribe if you are. Hit the bell icon to be notified of whenever I do post new content. Come on over to Hobby Time Modelers on Facebook, YouTube, and Discord. See what we're doing. Links will be in the description. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you on the next video.